Seriously. I have told my kids, I'm like, don't quit distracting me. They keep sending me texts and they're still doing it. They're driving me nuts. Let's see. Okay. Now, this may get a little bit interesting. I am not sure how many of the Snark crew are going to be able to join us now because we have Jen's going to be a little bit late. Amber, what was Amber's? Amber had birthday parties for a couple people. Cheryl might be able to join, but she also has a birthday for a brother. And then DC, I'm not sure. So it may just be me and Jen, but that's okay. All right. When you hop on, make sure and like and comment and all of the YouTube things. Let me pull this up. So I've got, I try to keep my phone on just because sometimes the chat doesn't, I don't have it populated. So, all right. We decided to do something a little bit different tonight. So we have, there have been a lot of things. Hey, Heather, there have been a lot of things the last little while that we just haven't had time to snark on. And we kind of decided to wait to do some of them because we really wanted to make sure that we got them. Summit, which we're still going to do some of the videos from Summit. Summit, let's see what else. The Q2 earnings call. And really, some days, some of the content from the coaches just feels a little heavy. So we decided to do something a little bit different tonight. So we're going to be talking numbers. I love numbers. I love just keeping track and looking for trends and doing all of those things. So we're going to be talking numbers tonight because it's one of the things that I really wish they had shared with me when I was in BODi, right? I didn't even know there was an income disclosure. That would have been really good information for me. Didn't even know about it. So what I am going to do, I'm going to play the little disclaimer and then we will get started on a couple of things before Jen gets here. All right. Yay. We're getting some more people in. Hey, you guys. All right. So Jen's going to be a little bit late, but so here's what we're doing. And if you guys have any questions, you're welcome to put them in to the chat. We can even just chat a little bit until Jen gets here. I don't know if you guys, let's talk about the Q2 call real quick. Has anybody else listened to the call? I mean, I understand it takes a special kind of, a special kind of person who is interested in the financial calls. But the Q2 call, we were really disappointed in the Q1 call. We felt like there were a lot of things that should have been asked that were not asked. And so what we did is we were like, there's really nothing to talk about for the Q1 call. It was really boring. Now, Nina read a summary of the call. Nina, did it include the Q&A in the summary? Because there's one specific rep, and I cannot remember her name. She's the star. She is our very favorite person because she is like, I don't get it. I don't get this. Oh, I'm going to add Jen in. So, hey, Jen, I'm just talking a little bit. Did you listen to the Q2 call?
No, I didn't get a chance to. But the person you're talking about is the rep from Bank of America.
Yes, and I can't remember. It wasn't Linda, was it?
No,
I don't remember what her name was, but she gave it to Carl on this one. and
She
asking so many really, like, pointed, good questions that they had a really hard time answering and dodging.
Yep, she did.
So, yeah. Oh, look, I've got my little sip and
Oh,
snark. I'm not sure if DC is gonna be able to join tonight, but we'll see.
I just got water.
I've got Diet Dr. Pepper, well, Dr. Pepper Zero, and then I also have my Bluey water that makes me feel better. So, Kate, do you like Bluey? Jen, have you watched Bluey?
My kids never watched it.
Kate, you don't need your kids. It
No?
is hilarious. Oh my gosh. And the episodes that are blocked in America are even better. I'm just saying.
Wait, there are episodes blocked in America?
Mhm. Yeah.
Why?
Because they actually will censor some of them too. They change some of the words. It's interesting. It's interesting. But we have a friend who sends us the unedited versions, and we're watching him going, I don't get it. I don't understand why this is being censored. It doesn't make any sense. So, yeah.
No,
All
I
right.
just have my water and a snack plate of peanut butter pretzels, apples, and cheese sticks.
That sounds like a great one. I'm pretty confident my family's gonna order pizza, and maybe my husband will bring me pizza while we're streaming, but, I was gonna bring Cheetos, but I totally forgot. Plus, they make your fingers gross, so
Yeah. And we're not going to talk about Kat today, so
mm-mm.
save those for when we bring her up.
Some days, it just is too much. It's too much to listen to them. It brings back a lot of things. It brings back a lot of some of the traumas or whatever that we experienced. And I guess real quick, let's introduce ourselves because there may be new folks on too. Um, so my name is Amy Ewer, and I was a diamond Beachbody coach, and then realized that not only was the fitness and nutrition plan not working for me, I was actually actively harming myself with those things. Um, and I was losing money trying to be a coach when supposedly I was successful. And it just never made sense. And my upline, I'm pretty sure she really, really likes me. I mean, she sent me a horrible message over Facebook Messenger, but I'm pretty sure she's over it. Oh, we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to do a whole stream on the stuff she's doing now.
Yep.
Uh, but and even though once I left, I did not leave and go right anti MLM. I went to prove it. But my eyes have been opened a bit, and so I did not stay and prove it that long. I was a rank 5, I think, but only because you can purchase your rank. So I did that. I did that. All right, Jen, why don't you introduce yourself?
My name is Jen Baruso. I'm a certified trainer and nutrition coach, formerly a Beachbody coach for just over 5 years. I made it to 1-star diamond qualifying. And then, like with Amy, my health went to because of all of the restriction and over exercising. And I like people like to argue with me. I was like, look, it didn't cause the problems, but they exacerbated it.
Yeah.
That was like the final push.
Mhm.
So now I am just working with human beings and on healing their relationship with food and exercise and just getting people moving. But yes, I did not stop once I quit Beachbody. I also entered other MLMs. Um, one that does not exist anymore, Direct Sellers, which was the wine MLM. There was a
Mm.
big exodus from Beachbody for that one.
Yep.
I remember when that happened. And
What
then
year was that? What year was it that they did that?
2017,
Okay.
end of 2017, 2018, something like that.
That's pretty close to when the Exodus Forum, to prove it also
Yep.
happened. I
It
think
was like
people
this.
kind of chose one.
Yep. And then I also did Melaleuca.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap. That lasted like 6 weeks.
But it's not an MLM.
It's not, it's totally an MLM.
It's not. I don't know why people keep saying that it
Oh,
is.
and in
It's
order to
very
get your paychecks, you have to spend money with them every month.
oh
Like
my
your
god.
auto, you have to be on auto ship for a box, and if like you don't order anything, they automatically ship you the box that you had signed up for. It's such a scam.
Yes.
And then Viseo, which nobody really talks about, you can't find much about them anymore. Like they don't do a lot of social media postings. It's weird. It's very cult like, which is one of the
Yeah.
reasons why I was like, you gotta get out of this. So and it was super expensive too.
Well, and it's the thing that you're convinced that it's not gonna be the same. Like, surely it's gonna be different over, over in this one, and it truly isn't. They're all the same, and I think there are a few reasons for that. One is because of the massive amount of MLM hopping
Yep.
that happens, and so the reps from one go to another, go to another, go to another to continually try to get to the top so that they can be first in and have the huge downlines. Um, but also,
Do you
there
remember Greg and Christine Plaskett from Beachbody? They were
mm,
like a married couple at the very top. They
oh,
left. They were at like the top of my part of the pyramid.
okay.
Um, when they left, people were pissed, but they went over to Viseo. So we're there at the very, very top there. And yeah, it was that one was when Anthony finally sat me down. It's like, you're done. And he showed me, he's like, I looked up, no more. And then he finally like put his foot down because when I was with Beachbody, I was at least making enough to cover what I was spending.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't say anything for 5 years.
Mm.
But with the other ones, I was not. He was like,
Yeah, my husband
shut it down.
my husband had a running profit loss statement and was like, "All right, let's be real." And so, especially with Prove It, because Prove It, there was so much of a push to have a stock on hand to do like trial packs and that kind of thing, and they were releasing special flavors constantly. And so you were always worried that they were going to go out. Like the scarcity mindset that they drove was wild. So it was ridiculous. So, okay, are you ready for this? Because we are talking numbers and stats, which is my love. My love, because you can't lie with these. Like you can't, they are what they are. It's not an attack. This is data that the company has provided. All right. So all of this was, well, I shouldn't say, well, because I may have gotten snarky on a couple of them. Uh, so a few of them may not be necessarily company provided, but the numbers are all company provided. And as I watched some of the summit calls, or not calls, but some of the summit presentations, the fact that they shared this information was mind blowing to me because it's not a
Well,
good.
they probably shared it because they didn't think anybody else would think to look into it more because everybody that's there is just gonna wow
Well,
and
and
not
you're
question.
and you're in it and everyone is dancing and cheering because the best slash worst of the numbers came at the closing celebration.
Do you have the video of all of the super trainers dancing?
I do. Yes, as they entered in, and Carl and Michael. Woof. And Doug dressed up as Troy Bolton from High School Musical doing a dance.
Oh Lord.
It's wild. It's wild. It's wild. So I did up a little Jeopardy board so that we can play and have people can play with us if they want to see if they can figure out where is, oh, I couldn't find the button on the bottom of my board. All right, you guys, also make sure and go in and like the
Like this
stream.
dream.
Like, yeah, I don't have Amber's cute little girl saying "lick the stream." Um, but so this is what we've got, Jen. We have ranks, the Q2 quarterly earnings call, partner compensation, top coaches, and how successful are they? Because that is my favorite. That's my favorite section. I'm not gonna lie. So Where do you want to start?
Let's start with top coaches for 100.
All right. The number of people to hit the coveted superstar diamond rank in the last 16 years. Now, keep in mind, at some points, they have said that they've had 400,000 coaches. They've had like a ridiculous number of coaches. So there's a lot. They've had a lot of people go through here. So, and everybody in the chat, play along. Let's hit some guesses. So, superstar diamond rank. Do you want to explain what that is, Jen?
No, because I honestly can't remember.
Okay, the superstar diamond rank
That's
is
how much I put this rankings out.
right.
Okay,
So
let me
you
tell you, this is one of the reasons why Cheryl got mad at me too, because I never paid attention to rank. I don't even
I
know how
know.
I got to 1-star qualifying.
So ridiculous. So ridiculous. All right, we have a guess of 100. Okay, so a superstar diamond rank is the highest ranking, and it is when you have 15 active diamonds underneath you for a 6-week period.
Um,
So you
I'm gonna
have to
say,
maintain that.
what is 20?
You think 20?
And I think it might even be less than that.
You're pretty low. It
Oh, I
is a
am
bit
low.
higher. It is a bit higher. Well, I mean, yeah. All right, we'll give you another minute.
35.
So here's the interesting thing is because there are some people, and I don't know. So again, this is where I struggle with their numbers because how honest are they? Because there are some people who are a superstar diamond 3 or a superstar diamond 4, meaning that they have hit it 4 different times in different business centers.
That's why I'm saying it's got to be lower than what they're saying, because if
I
we're
think
just
they
looking at the
probably
individual level.
I think they probably have double counted some of them. I'm pretty confident that they had to have. Okay, so we've got 150, 70, 40,
35.
35. Okay, you may be surprised. It is 121.
I don't believe it.
Now, here's where I'm going to say I can believe this because we all know that they only have to hold it for 6 weeks. Now, if you asked how many people still are superstar diamonds, that's an entirely different question. Oh, wait, we may have an answer that gives us a little bit about that. Yeah, it's not even, it's like a fraction of a fraction of a percent. So I remember thinking with when I read the stats from the FTC saying that 99.6% of people are not successful, and I was like, I don't understand how that could be. But if you calculate the number of people and the attrition rate that goes through these MLMs, I absolutely believe that it's 99.6%. Um, and yeah, how many have held up for a year? I'm telling you what, I was on, um, I mean, I think everybody knows I was on her team now because she mentions me by name, but I was on Anita Myron's downline. And when she was striving for superstar diamond, the amount of stress for that 6-week time frame was ridiculous because you can't do it on your own. Your team has to hit diamond. So you were constantly running numbers, and if someone's going to lose their diamond, you better have someone else who hits it because any blip in that 6-week time frame, you start over.
Well,
And it's
did you
brutal.
see that the video that Hannah did with the Fitzpatrick call? And
Mhm.
Jamie was saying at the beginning of the year that Kim was just a diamond.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
this is somebody who was like, wow.
Well, and that's where it's like, how fair is it to show your lifetime rank, but not where you've been able to maintain?
Mhm.
So that is what really bothers me. So, all right. What do you want now?
Let's
Let's
put
see.
a partner compensation for 500.
For 500.
Mm-hmm.
What is the reason? I freak about this. I lose it on this a lot. What is the reason that the body income disclosure is deceptive? Why is it not truthful? Does anyone know? And
Is there an actual reason for this besides just being
there is an actual reason. Yeah. And it is a very they have a very different, income disclosure than a lot of other MLMs
do
for a
that?
very specific reason. Mhm.
I don't know.
Okay. The reason is putting all of the star diamonds together in one
Oh,
category.
yeah.
So,
Yep.
most of them, for example, um, the Monat one, how many are a market mentor, how many are associate market mentor, how many are executive. And so they list out all of the ranks. The Beachbody income disclosure, it puts in anybody who is a 1-star diamond up to a 15-star diamond, and they're all in one group. And so that skews the average.
Yeah, it
And it is
does.
so deceptive. It is so deceptive, and it makes you think like, "Oh, wow, star diamonds are making a lot of money." No, no, in fact, they're
No,
not.
I
They are
barely
not.
made enough to pay for my stuff.
Right? And I talked about that with DC, I think on the live we did yesterday, because for me, I'm like, I'm getting shouted out every week as a top 10 coach on this team, and I'm not making any money. I'm not making any money. Yeah. Did you see it?
But shout out yourself. You got to shout out.
You gotta shout out, right? Yeah, and here's the thing, they do this all the time. They climb all the way to the top, and then they drop right off the next month. Now, I thought, and this is not true, I thought that if you were going to be a triple superstar diamond, you had to have like 45 active diamonds. You don't. You only have to hit 15 star diamond in 3 separate business centers, but you don't necessarily have to have maintained that in those other business centers.
Huh.
So it makes it seem, again, they're so deceptive in how they do it. So, we're going to learn all kinds of things about BODi today. All right, where we want to go?
Ranks for 200.
This is the rank at which a distributor, because that's how they classify on the income disclosure now. What is the rank at which they become a leader?
It's diamond.
Absolutely. And only 2% of all distributors were there in the 2022 income disclosure. Yikes.
That's
Yikes. So, the ranks has a lot of those stats from that the ranks, and also partner compensation have a lot of stuff from the income disclosure. So,
all right.
all right,
Let's
what you
start the
got?
quarterly earnings call at 100.
Oof. What is Carl's master plan to increase subscription?
What
Now,
if he wants to email all 40 million people that have canceled?
yes. All right. So they have a customer base of 14 million people, of 14 million former customers, and his master plan is to contact them and beg, or ask them if they can return.
Now, my question is they have this base, but how many of these people have unsubscribed from their email list? So,
I
friends, if
am
you're watching
so
this
yes,
and if you
because
have
they'll get in trouble for
unsubscribed
that.
from the Beachbody email list and you get an email from them, mark it as spam.
Mhm.
Mark it as spam.
And
It is
how
spam.
many of those 14 million previous
Yes,
customers
yeah.
were, yeah, 14 million. How many of them were coaches? I recruited everybody as a coach because that's
See, I
very
didn't.
affordable.
I didn't. I refused to do it.
Now, I happen to have from an inside source that if you reactivate someone who was a coach, you will not get commission from them.
Nope.
And people are not happy. They're pretty upset about it. But the contacting previous customers, though, I think I've said this a couple times. So Emma, I was talking to Emma about it, and Emma said that's like going through your contacts in your phone and contacting all of your former boyfriends because you want to get married. Like, You broke up. You broke up for a reason. And, and now, and she's like, even the miserable first dates, like you're going after him. Okay, so where's the incentive to recruit them? They do have somewhat of an incentive because it will count towards their elite points. If they can recruit someone and get them to actively start coaching, then it can go towards their elite points and it goes towards their overall volume, but they're not going to get commissions. Also, for the people who they're trying to get to rejoin, Carl mentioned that one of the reasons that they did increase he said that they had the increase in the subscription cost. Part of that is so they can offer some incentives
Part
and
of
they can
that
offer
was
discounts.
because they lost a lot of subscriptions.
Oh man, we may have some we're doing some great foreshadowing on this one because we may have some things about how many people they've lost in the
All right.
last year.
How successful are they for 200?
Okay, so how successful are they? We are going to be talking about the top 5 coaches. So, for the year of 2022, what percentage of recruits advanced to the leadership rank of diamond for Aaron Hopkins?
Percentage or number?
You can do either one.
I'm going to say like 5.
Okay, so for Aaron, she got 9.41%, which is actually pretty dang good. So here are her numbers. Aaron, she only recruited, how many partners do you think she would recruit and be at number 4?
You'd think she'd have to have at least 5 every month.
Okay.
So 60, but I don't think it's that high.
She actually had 85.
Oh, damn.
She
And
recruited
only 9.4.
and and 8 of them made it to
I was
diamond.
close. I said 5.
You were pretty close. So out of 85 people that she had as a direct coach, only 8 of them were made it to diamond.
That's a fail.
Wild. I mean, here's the thing. Like if I had a supervisor at work and they only had 90 or excuse me, they had 90% of their team that was not able to make any advancement, that's a problem
Yeah.
because this is where you're considered to finally be successful. So, yikes. This one hers is pretty actually, do you want me to give you a secret? Okay, because I've got the numbers. Of the top 10 coaches, she has the highest percentage. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of
And
a
she's
little
only
bit,
a number 4?
and she's number 4.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And again, this is the stuff they said during the celebration. During the celebration, they were like, "Yay, she did so good. She recruited 85 people and 8 people were promoted." And I just sat there like, you're using like an outside voice, right? Like, why are you telling people this?
Let's just go to how successful are they for 100 because I want to see these now.
Right? These were my favorite numbers. Okay. Our Miss Kim Fitzpatrick, who we've already talked about. So, what were her numbers?
And she's at 5.
She was number 5. Yep. So, we're going to do it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And anyone in the chat, you're welcome to make some guesses because these numbers are wild.
So I'm going to say she only had, if she dropped all the way down to diamond, I'm going to say she only had 4 of her people advance to
Okay.
leadership rank
Okay.
out of 78 or 80 people.
Okay. So you're actually doing pretty dang good. Okay. So Lisa's saying she thinks that she was able to advance 6. And she would be correct. So it's she was able to rank advance 4.7%. So in the number 5 position, Kim only, let's see, she recruited 127 coaches. So she recruited and advanced 6. Advanced 6 out of 127.
I just keep thinking of all of these coaches that are at the bottom talking about how great their leaders are
Well, or like
and how helpful they are and how much they help them improve. No, they don't.
no, they don't. And I'm gonna do a reel because I'm super annoyed at some of them that are like, my team is so successful. And then these are the numbers that they shared. I'm like, I guess maybe we have a different definition of success because these numbers are horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
awful.
You
All
want to
right,
keep going on
keep
these?
going down. Yeah.
All right. Jess Dukes was number 3 last year. This year she's number 2 so far. So what do you think the percentage or just the flat number? Either one.
Well, I think she probably recruited around 130, 140 people because Miss
Okay.
Natasha's team.
Okay.
And if 9 was too high, she was 4, maybe 5.
5. Okay. Anyone else have any guesses? Let me give you one of the numbers. So she had 236
Shit.
new coaches last year. She recruited 236. I don't know if that changes your
Well,
guess.
Aaron had the highest percentage at 9%. So we know it wasn't 20 people.
You ready for this one? Okay, Lisa said 12. Lisa's being pretty kind to Miss Dukes on this one. 1.69%. So Miss Dukes, out of 236 people, advanced 4 diamonds.
Wow.
4. What in the world? But they're so successful, and she is now the ranked number 2 coach. Wild. Yeah. Okay. All right, do you remember who number 2 was?
Miss Herbal Face Foods now.
The funniest part, and again, we will do some of these. So go ahead and start dropping your guesses. Angie didn't even go to Summit. She didn't even attend. They tried to give her an award. So the people that snubbed them that had awards or got shout outs, Angie Belmar and Melissa McAllister, they waited quite a while. I'm like, how did they not know that she wasn't there? They looked ridiculous waiting for her. All right. Angie Belmar. So the year before she was the number 1 coach. So 2022, Lisa's like 3.
That's, I was going to say 3%. So
Okay, now I will say her number to me was kind of surprising given the fact that she really has quit working the business. So, you ready? She had a 5.41%.
but
She
out of how many people?
out of 259 recruits. And this is her not really working a ton. She probably worked some of the year, but then just kind of gave it up. She rank advanced 14, which is wild considering she didn't even really do anything.
I mean, she did, behind closed cameras, I guess.
Right? That's I'm like, maybe I don't know that she's telling the truth. Okay, this one's one of my favorites. All right, number
Oh,
1 coach.
Natasha.
Number 1 coach. Oh, I moved my little mouse over. Okay. So what is her percentage?
Well, didn't she recruit like over 300 people?
She recruited 403 coaches in 2022. So out of her 403 coaches, how many coaches do we think she was able? Now, keep in mind, she talks about how successful her team is.
She's
A
full of
lot.
shit. So like she has just Dukes on it.
Yeah. 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 So out of 403 coaches, how many do you think? So Lisa's saying 15.
No,
Okay.
I think Lisa, I think it's single digit numbers.
So
I
what do
think
you think?
I think she did like 7.
You were pretty dang close, my friend. She had a 1.98% promotion rate. She rank advanced 8 people out of 403. What in the world? I
That's
think that's where we talk about the deception, right? Because they're saying how much success their team is having and how we all made this work. No, you didn't.
no.
No, you didn't. This is wild. Now, I mean, just for funsies, because, there's only 5 questions. Do you wanna know the rest of the top 10?
Yeah, let's go for it. Well, I eat
Because I
my
have
apple.
Okay, so number 10 was Katie Moore, and we really don't do much on Katie Moore, yet, that we still have time. So she only recruited 64, and she was able to rank advance 4.
Oh,
So she had a 6.25% rate. Uh, Amy Mashburn. She was number 9 last year. So I will tell what I'll do is I'll give you the partner amount. She had 152 new partners.
3.
See, you're catching on. She had 5. So that makes her percent was 3.28. Holly Hillier. I have to admit, I was surprised at the number of coaches that she recruited because she makes it seem like she recruits a lot of
So it's
coaches.
all for show on social media. She doesn't then, huh?
She only recruited 112.
As
That
for as much as she talks about it,
that's really low. Now, I
yeah.
will say her percentage is fairly high. I mean, comparatively.
So what she recruit like 5 or 6.
So, out of 112, she rank advanced 10. So, she was at an 8.93. I'm curious, and does Holly partner with Aaron?
Yes.
Because they are obviously using the same type of strategy with the numbers that they have. Genevieve Leclerc, so she's one of the Canadian coaches, and she only recruited 75 2. She promoted.
And that's a top coach.
Mhm. Yeah, she was the number 7.
So it makes you think if the top coaches are recruiting this amount, what are the bottom coaches recruiting?
Like, and what chance
I
do
mean,
you
I know
have?
for me I was lucky to get one a month.
So I was recruiting a lot, and I had a lot, but here's where my numbers would have been skewed because now they changed it to have them as preferred customers and coaches. Ours were just all coaches, and you just knew if they were a discount coach or not. So I had a lot of recruits because I signed everybody up. It's like, whoa.
Right.
I signed everybody up as a coach. So, I mean, I would consistently hit the minimum was Success Club 5, if not 10 every month. In at least, I'm going to say at least one of the accounts I was running. That's fine.
I'm lucky if I
Okay.
got the 3.
Miss So the last one, which is number 6, was Haley Peters. How many do you think she recruited? Because again, she's another one that makes it seem like booming.
Maybe 115.
60.
Holy I gave her way more credit than she deserved.
She only recruited 60 coaches. That is wild. And of those 60, she rank advanced 3.
I was going to say 4.
Yeah,
Wow.
3. So she had a 5% because her numbers were so low. But the fact that they shared these from stage, I was just sitting there with my mouth open, and my husband was like, "What are what are you doing?" He made me wear headphones as I was watching these things. And I was like, "Listen to this. And so he was listening to the presentations and he was like, "Do they really want people to know this? Like, they wanna say this out loud?" I
Like I
don't.
said, they're gonna throw out those numbers and they're just gonna hear the big number of
Yep,
recruiting,
yep,
60,
absolutely.
70, 80, 90, 100, 400 people.
400. Oh,
That's the number that people are hearing, not they're not paying attention to the other part.
mm-mm. No, so those numbers were ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, you ready? Okay, where do you wanna go?
Let's go to the earnings call. 200.
What is the total percentage that digital subscriptions are down?
I wish I had looked at this more.
Any
I,
guesses?
I sent it to everybody too. I'm like,
Oh, I get extra credit. I listened to this whole thing. My husband was like, "Put your headphones on. I don't care."
I think they're down like 18%
Okay.
or more.
18, 32.9% in their digital subscriptions. The fact that they have lost that many customers,
Damn.
and almost all of that was during the quarter when they did that price increase. And the crappiest part of that to me is that Carl has the audacity to say, I couldn't find my mouse. Carl has the audacity to say that it's a good thing because they kept the higher value
No, they
people.
kept the coaches.
I'm like, "You kept your higher value people? What are you talking about? Are you
You
seriously?"
you kept the partners. That's who
Yep,
stayed.
absolutely.
Maybe some just customers, but you kept partners that you have to pay.
Yep,
Like, like
and
if you got rid of all of those partners and dropped that subscription price back down, you could get those 32% back and you would be making more money because
absolutely.
you wouldn't have to pay out commissions.
Yep,
Oh, but then all the Beachbody partners would quit because they're not making commission anymore.
and how many people would actually continue with, like, Shakeology or Energize or any of those things, right? I will say I did like Energize. I was a fan. I was a fan of Energize, but there are plenty of pre-workouts out there that are less expensive and that I can purchase at a
Coffee.
store. Coffee. Coffee. You know, I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper because really that is the main ingredient in the pre-workouts. It's the caffeine. So that's what most of them have.
Yep.
All right, let's keep going on this earnings call because we just talked about digital. So what is the percentage that nutrition subscriptions are down? So we know that
45.
45, okay. Let's see. We're going to give people a second. So it's always the if you look at the breakdown of BODi's income, the nutrition subscriptions are where they're making their money by far. It is definitely where most of it is. Let's see if any guesses come in. I'm going to take a drink. All right, 50%. And then we're going to talk about why we think this is the case, too. It's only Jenny, you were super close at 30. Okay, 28.6. Again, there's a reason for this, in my opinion. So, obviously, let's do some protective language. This is all my opinion.
Yes.
But when you have when most of your subscription base are your coaches, they keep those subscriptions. So the people that they lost in the digital were probably actual customers. And that's one of the reasons that it was higher. But for the subscriptions, a lot of the customers that were on digital didn't purchase the nutrition programs anyway. They didn't purchase the nutrition supplements. Because I don't know about you, I never had people keep Shakeology or even Energize for very long. If after 1 month, they would purchase it in their initial pack and then done. So that one was you know, I it's wild. These numbers. Okay, let's go back over here. I forget that I'm working from 2 screens. Okay. Jen, what was the value of the BODi shares at the close of business
I didn't
today?
look at it close of business, but it was 38 cents last time I looked.
Okay, 38. Is there anyone else that looked? Because this just brings my heart so much happiness. You ready for this? They finally went under 35 cents, 0.347. Are you kidding me right now?
That's just
I'm grateful. A lot of the people that I talk to in my DMs are like, I bought 3 shares, so I've lost, 30 bucks. But these poor folks who
spent
truly
hundreds and
believe
thousands of dollars.
they believed what Carl said. They believed him when he
Well, it
launched
started dropping really after that, after the quarter two call. You
it. Mhm.
see the drop. Like the call did not instill any type of confidence in Carl or this company at all.
No, and there's even so what they did, they brought in um they brought in a fixer. And I can't remember what his name is, but they brought in this fixer and his entire compensation is based on performance and it's based on turning the stock around. So Carl gave him a certain percentage of stock and I don't remember what it is. Carl had to put it up from his stock. Um but as he was talking and he was going over like their master plan being this reactivating all of these previous customers, I was just like, what?
Mark Mark R. Goldston,
Okay, there you
newly
go.
created role of executive chairman to drive transformation. This title. Executive chairman to drive transformation and maximize profitability.
And the subtitles are fix it.
Yep.
That is his goal. He is the fixer. And it's not looking great.
No.
Okay, so we're going to finish up that category. What is the total amount that revenue was down compared to 2022? And this is in millions of dollars.
I want to say like 12 million.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
$44.2 million is how much the revenue is down. And that's just over 1 year. And it had gone down the year before too, because 2020, they capitalized on everybody being,
Oh,
stuck at home and needing an option. And the interesting thing to me though is that then they like started forecasting using those numbers and they didn't take into account. Did I just get selected to be on a game show? Yes, you did. I actually, hold on. Okay,
good to know.
I actually have some sounds for you. So, I'll have to start playing some sounds because I started playing with my soundboard a little bit today. Um but it feels as if they did not adequately project how many people they were going to lose um after that call or after the pandemic. So, it's interesting. Okay, where you want
Okay,
to
now
go?
wait.
Yeah.
So, in connection with Mr. Goldston's appointment, Carl agreed to forfeit approximately 3.2 million shares of the company's Class A common stock and approximately 4.8 million shares of the company's Class X common stock. In each case beneficially owned by Carl. The shares will be returned to the company as authorized, but unissued shares. Yeah, I don't know what any of that says. So
Yeah.
he 8 million shares of stock is essentially
And that
what.
is and the interesting thing, that is all his compensation is that stock. And so it's strictly based on how much he can turn it around. And I mean, so far it's not looking favorable for him right now. All right. What do we want to look at?
Go to ranks.
Okay. Should we just go down
Yeah,
down
so,
them?
yep.
Okay. According to the BODi income disclosure, what percentage of coaches are just at the distributor or coach level? I don't know why well, I know why. They call them distributors so that people are using the coach or partner interchangeably. So on the income disclosure, they just said distributors.
It's
So
like
how many people are at that
96%.
basic rank? Okay. 77. Now, I have my opinion. My opinion on that is because we are encouraged to purchase, you're encouraged to purchase a rank because Emerald is just a decision, right? So
A decision
I,
to sign up your husband, your dog, your mom, your sister, your brother, your kids. Yeah.
yep, yep, Lisa's like 90. And it would make more sense. It would make more sense. But because so many people buy into what the upline is telling them to do, I had a call earlier, or I did a video earlier this week where Sammy was talking about you sign up your phone a friend. Like if you were to go to jail, who is your one phone call? They should be your first coach. So normally that's either a spouse, a partner, a parent. Um, and I can tell you right now, my two coaches that initially got me to Emerald were my husband and my mom, which then sucked because I had to then work 3 businesses.
I couldn't sign up my mom because my ex sister in law signed her up first.
Dang it. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, you may wanna warn your mom that, that she's gonna start getting harassed to re-sign up with
My mom never unsubscribed. She was forwarding me, "Hey mom, look at this," and she forwards me emails when she gets them.
oh my gosh. Okay, though, I'll have to share a screenshot. I don't remember when, but I signed up on Tanya Barron's email, I guess. So she sent an email out this week. The email to me is addressed, "Hey, Tanya, yeah, we forgot to fix that," because
See, I have it too.
that's almost as bad as saying, "Hey, name. Hey, name. Oops." Oh, okay. So how many people are Emerald rank? So if 77% were,
Hold on, I got it too. And
did
it
you
says,
get Tanya's
"Hey
too? Hey, Tanya.
Tanya."
I was talking to the Hun Decoder on Instagram because they posted it on their account, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I got it too." It's hilarious. That would be a big oops. So, all right. Okay, let's get some guesses. So 77%, it was like 77.2 or something like that, were distributors. How many are emeralds, which is the next rank up?
Doing math in my head. 17.
You were pretty dang close, my friend. 18.8%. And I would be fascinated to know of those 18.8%, how many of them purchased it?
All of them.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna
All of
like,
them.
here's a spoiler. Here's a spoiler for anyone that's made it this far. I happen to have a video coming maybe tomorrow of the number 1 coach also telling you how to stack. But she did something interesting, which is she didn't even tell her husband. She just created a new email address and signed him up. It's her second email address. It goes to her. She's like, He doesn't need to even see it." How many? Yeah, that how I would love to know how many are spouse accounts
Yep.
to get to that emerald. There are so many questions I would love to know the answer
18.8%
to.
of
What?
18.8%. It's all spouse counts.
18 yep, 18.8%.
Well, not everybody's married, so maybe like 16%.
Well, Sammy, in the call that I did earlier, she signed up her boyfriend at the time, Adam, because I think she was planning on them being married. How awkward would that be if, things didn't work out?
Well, no, they don't realize like so you sign up your spouse or someone else without them knowing, and you end up making money from them. Like they make money. That account makes money. They make enough to get the form at the end of the year, and they have to pay taxes. And you don't tell. Oh, by the way, here you earned $800. You need to pay taxes on this, but you kept the money. Like,
I will tell you right now, any of the commissions that I made under my mom, I sent to her.
yeah,
'Cause I was like, this could, because I had that conversation with her, like, "This could potentially impact your taxes. So I'm gonna send you whatever commissions I make." But I was also paying for the products to keep her active.
yeah.
So, okay, how many make it to the coveted Star Diamond rank? And this, again, this is where the income disclosure is very deceptive. So this could be anywhere from a 1 star to a 15 star.
So we're gonna say like 4%.
1.1.
That math.
And it's interesting. Okay, so you've got 77.2, 18.8,
I did math wrong.
but we are missing a couple ranks in there, right? We haven't done ruby. We
Yeah.
haven't done just diamond. So we've got some in there. Here's the interesting thing though that I found. Again, this is where like I geek out over numbers. Um, hold on, let me see. Oh, I may have taken, I moved it. The percentage of people who are Star Diamond has gone down every year consistently by at least 0.1%. So 5 years ago, it was 1.5, and it's just going down consistently of how many people can reach that rank and hold it, because all of these numbers were from the end of the year. So it is not looking good to make any type of money.
Which is why they're all following them.
Failing, or they're selling master resell, which I do have a video coming on that.
Thank you, because it's confused. I'm reading through that. I'm like, I don't understand it. I tried to listen to Anita explain it. I'm like, I'm even more confused than I was. And somebody who sells it started following me. I'm
Oh,
like,
well,
all right,
well,
well,
it's interesting because it's gone through all of them. It has gone through all of them. And so you've got Beachbody or Body Partners doing it. You've got Monat people. It works. Like it's going
yeah,
through
the
all of
person that
them.
followed me isn't even in an MLM, which
Wow.
is
Yeah, they're
which was even stranger to me. And now I also had somebody from Modere follow me today too, from 2 different accounts.
yikes.
Like,
Yeah, no, the master resale rights. I mean, and that's the thing. And we'll talk about it, I think, in compensation. Um, their checks are going down. They have to start doing things to supplement because the money's rapidly leaving.
yep. All right.
Okay. Now, do you remember how many coaches were elite coaches when
No,
you were a
I
coach?
never paid attention to
Swear. How okay, I'm gonna swear. How the hell were you like one
people that signed up under me that actually signed up as coaches and actually actively coached.
Oh my gosh.
I never went to my back office.
And here's the thing, I wanted to be elite, and I wanted like, that's what they tell you to shoot for. So I
Yeah,
wanna say when I was in, I think there were 250 or 300 elite
that
coaches.
sounds about right.
And then you would also have the premier coaches. So they're the ones who were close to elite but didn't quite hit it. And I think there were an additional like 200 to 250. Okay, so let's talk about elite qualifying. The elite qualifiers, they have to have a certain number of their downline that are being successful. But that's what doesn't make sense to me though, because you look at the numbers of the top 10 people and the fact that there were so few that actually rank advanced people, and so they have to have people beneath them that are business builders. And I think that what they're probably doing is they have people that are building that have been consistently building. Their new folks are not able to get there. It's the longer term people. And I can go over it at some point, like the actual documentation for Elite, because they've also changed it. It's not really Success Club points because Success Club points are just your sales. So it's how many challenge packs or total solution packs. Plus, they've now done volume. They've added some
Yeah.
different ways to earn Success Club points because people weren't earning Success Club points. And so those go for the trip, and for like the qualifications or whatever. But Elite is showing that you're making leadership points. Because I rocked Success Club points. I was getting, I mean, like I said, there were some months that I struggled and hit 5. That was my minimum. I was a Success Club all-star or whatever, so I hit it every month, all the time. But I would average normally at least 20 Success Club points per month. So, I I was lucky, in my opinion, because I was in an area that was fairly affluent. And so I was in the Seattle area,
Yeah.
and so people were willing to spend the money. It was what it was. And if you're not in an area like that, you're not gonna make it because it's too expensive, and it's gotten so much more expensive.
Or if you're in an area with a whole bunch of other coaches,
Which
partners,
that's what they're
like
getting to.
Charleston.
Yep.
you're
Charleston
you're gonna
Charleston
join as a new body partner right now in the Charleston, South Carolina area. You're screwed.
Mhm. I mean, and even the Miami area and Texas, and, like, there are some kind of, like, central little pockets, but even and they're like, "Well, you don't have to live in proximity to them." No, but you have 400,000 followers. So, if someone's gonna sign up, they're gonna sign up with you, not me.
Yep.
I mean, it's wild. So, Jenny was pretty dang close. It was 106.
Wow.
They only had and they had 106 qualify for elite, and they only had 82 premier. So they had less than 200 that hit both premier and elite combined.
Yeah, but they're so successful.
They're so successful. So successful. Yeah.
Successful.
All right. Should we talk about partner compensation and then we'll finish with the coaches?
Yeah, let's finish with coaches. Go. Let's talk money.
Okay. So what was the average annual compensation for the distributor rank for 2022?
$300.
It was more. It was more. They made a whole lot, Jen. They made $610 annually was the average. And keep in
Oh,
mind, that does not
pay
include how much
tax
you're
on that.
spending, right? So now you're gonna get taxed because you're over the $600 threshold.
And you have to
And
spend a minimum of $97 a month on Shakeology. So you're
plus
spending
your plus your
$1,000 a
$16.
month to earn $610.
Yep. Yeah, because you also have to do, um, you know, I know for me, I did my Shakeology, I did my Energize. And Energize, I had to get a couple tubs per month because I was drinking 4 scoops a day.
Well, and
Nobody
last year
knew.
they had the digestive enzymes and probiotics. If they did the gut
Mhm.
health program, those cost over $100 for both of them.
If you fell into the first thing, last thing, right? Like there's so many cash grabs from and it is from the coaches
Recover,
specifically.
lift more came out. Recover,
Yep.
yeah. If you buy all of the products, I think we did this before. It was something around like $600 a month or something like that. If you stayed on all of the products.
Yep. And for me, I was trying to also again, I was keeping 3 accounts going. So I would order my which is also fraudulent and cuz I would order my own Energize under my husband's account so that I would get the volume and he would get the volume. Like, they taught you how to manipulate the compensation plan a
So
ridiculous
I
amount.
would order from Anthony's account. So one, he would get the discount, and then I would get the commission. So I'm like, okay, cool. Then I'm actually saving more money.
Was he a customer and not a coach?
We switched him to a customer once I got somebody else as a coach underneath him.
Because that was another way that they screwed us over. I would have made so much more money if I had just signed people as customers, because what ended up happening, um again, there's so many parts of this stupid compensation plan that I wish I had understood more, because they convince you that you're going to make so much more money if you can have all these coaches and you're going to cycle bonus. Well, so now what ended up happening is I would have to have 3 people purchasing Shakeology underneath me to qualify for one cycle,
Yep.
right? Because it'd be 2 on one side, 1 on the other. So instead of getting $40 commission, or even $20 commission from each of them, that would have been $60. I was getting 14
Yep.
in one cycle.
See, that's one of the reasons why I didn't sign up as many coaches, because I figured that out. And I'm like, if you're not going to actively work the business, do not sign up as a coach. Do not sign up for the discount. Just go up for auto ship if you have the money to afford it. If you want to keep buying the Shakeology, cool, but don't. So I was actually making that. That's how I stayed so long, because I was, again, making money to cover what I was buying, because I would have people sign up as customers and I didn't force them to be a coach.
Yeah, no, I bought in because they're like, "No, you're gonna trust me. The volume's gonna come. It's gonna start cascading." But where I was placed, it was never gonna cascade. Ever. Ever, ever. Okay, so the high earning. How much do you think it dropped from 2021 to 2022?
It was like 1.5 million, maybe two.
Okay, so it went. So here's where we're gonna look at it. Again, I love
Oh,
looking at this stuff. Let me open up my comparison. Did I create a did I create a spreadsheet to do a comparison?
of
Yes.
course
I
you
did.
did.
Yes, I did. Um, okay. So when we look at it, um, the hold on, let me move this over here. Okay. So it dropped from, the high was 2846 299, and it dropped to 2214 640. And we don't know that it was the same person, right?
No, we don't.
It could be different people. But in 2020, it was 3.258 million. So in 2 years, it dropped a full $1 million. That's ridiculous. That is a ridiculous amount.
That's,
Um,
yeah.
and I'll be really curious to see how much further it's going to drop, because this year is shaping up to be a rough one.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right, let's see. How much did the high earnings in the emerald category drop?
Sorry, I didn't realize my dog was behind me.
Oh, is your dog I can't see him.
You can't. He's laying down on the ground.
I
I have my
cannot
desk up below.
I cannot let my dog in here because he is ridiculous.
I'm gonna say 2,500.
What is 74,527?
Oh, high earnings. I was thinking average earnings.
No, the high earnings, the year before the high earning was 138,483, and the high earning now in the emerald is 63,956.
That's more than half.
Yep. And
Oh
why
my.
is that? It's because people can't hold their rank.
Nope.
And so they end up dropping. The average compensation for all ranks for 2022. So this is going to combine your 15-star diamonds, your, you know, average coach, all of them.
200,000.
3,292. And keep in mind, You're
That's still.
spending more. You're still losing money because you're spending more than that per year to run your business. Yeah,
So sad.
it's so sad. But yet you hear these coaches on all of their especially these top coaches, and it's, we're doing so well. My team is so successful. And the amount of
Mm.
manipulation and just flat out lies. Like, no. Okay, let's talk about our top coaches. I mean, this is my snark.
Okay.
This person has lost 100 pounds. Kind of.
Natasha.
Okay, did you see her? Okay, let's talk about, she had a reel today. I'm gonna go find it. She had a reel today, and the comments, I don't know, maybe she's deleted it by now, or deleted at least the comments in it by now. So it's how it started, 233.4 pounds, and how it's going, 147.4 pounds. Okay. Do you know what the problem is with that? Let's see if she's deleted.
Well, your story says 156 pounds currently is the first comment. Reposting all old content is getting confusing. What's the current? What's the old?
So, but did you see she's got someone who's defending her and saying, why is it confusing? It sounds like you very easily
Oh
discovered the
yeah, she
disclaimer.
Kara's in all the comments under here. Who is this Kara person?
Do you have any reels with your current weight? Do you follow her? She's on daily. Like,
Kara,
that's,
she's mom, wife, criminal defense attorney, small business owner that enjoys good food, good friends, good laughs, and she's private.
oh, nice. Nice. And now people are asking her questions on how she did it. Her, again, this is where, and if you're in the comments, if you do not follow Robert Frund Law on Instagram, he's a great one to follow
He posts
because
more on Twitter, or well, on
on Threads,
if
because
yeah, he's on Threads more now.
I don't do
Let's go to that
Threads.
other account.
I guess I need to maybe do Threads, but they have to be so careful with their before and afters. And if you notice, Beachbody, when they post a before and after, they have protective language at the bottom. None of the coaches put protective language on the before and afters. They can be held personally liable because that can be considered a false advertising claim.
Yep.
So I I would absolutely love to get on the phone with someone from the FTC and just be like, "Can we chat? Can we talk? Please?"
Oh.
All right. This top coach, so this is a previous top coach, wasn't even elite in 2021, but is now sitting at number 38.
Who is Emily Falver?
Lindsay Matway. And I don't have all of the numbers going back further, but this goes to show she stopped working the business. She completely stopped. She wasn't an elite coach. She wasn't hitting any of the goals. And it didn't matter because she was just making a ton of money. But now that some of her really large legs are leaving, she has to be actively selling again. So now she's at number 38. I happen to have a spreadsheet that is actually tracking this because I've got some wild numbers in this spreadsheet. I'm going to have to share some. We'll share some just fun numbers at the. This previous top coach no longer works the business.
Well, Angie Belmare or Angie or Ashley?
Both. Neither one. And okay, so now here's my question. And I don't know how much did you pay attention to the rankings that came out?
No, I looked at it real quick and then
Okay. Let me open this. I don't know where I put. It's got to be one of my recents. Oh man, that file I went ridiculous. Um, do do do. Because where do you think they are currently?
I think Ashley was in the hundred somethings. But
So,
I didn't look at Angie.
take it. Now I can't find where I put the numbers. Where are they?
Are you looking for the rankings?
Yeah, no, I have a spreadsheet that has rankings. Um, oh my gosh. One of my recent ones to open is the my profit and loss
Hmm.
statement. Here we go. Okay. So, who are we going to look at? Oh,
Angie and Ashley.
okay. So, Angie Angie Belmar, who has not been working the business.
And has admitted she is not working the business
Yes,
publicly.
publicly. Why can't it find her? Okay, Ashley Molstad is currently sitting at 75. So she's number 75 and doesn't work the business. And let's look at, where is Angie? No, I can't find her. I did a sort and now I can't find her. Um,
What region is she in?
so she's an interesting one because sometimes they have her down as, oh, maybe I don't have her in this because I think they do have her down in the Canadian one.
Yeah,
So she's not.
she's not in the USA one.
You just scared the crap out of me. Hey, thanks.
Did he bring you pizza?
He did bring me pizza. She's in the Canadian one, but I had her ranking because she was still, because I had the Canadian rankings at one point. She is still fairly high up, even though she is not doing anything with the business. That's where it gets so frustrating because they join these top coaches so that they can, um, you know, be more successful.
Like it
But
would.
these top coaches aren't doing the business.
They're just sitting back and that's how you say, no, it's a bit weird. No, you sit back and you're not doing anything and you're making thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm sorry, if someone goes on their social media and says, I am not actively working this business, I'm on my way out, and they're still sitting there collecting a paycheck, BODi needs to be like, nope, cancel.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting because the problem is that so many of them, they do this and then they realize, "Oh no, my income is dropping drastically," like Lindsay Matway. So now she's like, "Oh crap." And she's behind the 8 ball because she hasn't been doing anything, hasn't even been talking about it. Um, but when we look, I'll look at some of these other rankings. Okay, so we had talked about there were 121 people that have ever hit superstar diamond. I want some guesses in the chat on this one. How many of those 121 people qualified for the bonus payout for at least one quarter in 2022?
Explain to everybody what the bonus payout is.
Okay, so the bonus payout.
Can I have money for ice cream?
No, I don't have any cash for ice. Oh, yeah, but get some for your siblings too.
That's what
Apparently, the ice cream truck is here.
$5. Let's get $10.
Okay, $10. Is there a $10? All right. The ice cream truck is super important. Okay. So they have like profit sharing type things. They do quarterly bonuses.
Thank you.
You're welcome, hon. Based on what level of star diamond you are. Okay. So you start getting the payouts at 2-star, 5-star, 10-star, and then 15-star or superstar. Now, this is where it gets really interesting to me, is that when you are a 15-star diamond, you get the 15-star bonus, the 10-star bonus, the 5-star bonus, and the 2-star bonus. So that is why these people are making so much money, is because they get all of the bonuses below them as well. So it's a lot. They make a lot of money. And I don't know if I put on this slide. So let's see, 8, 4, 6. So keep in mind there were 121 of them.
I'll say 12.
You were pretty dang close, my friend. 11. And they didn't qualify necessarily for every quarter, but they qualified at least one quarter. Out of the 121, and this is where, again, you kind of, when you're in an MLM, you really kind of suspend critical thinking.
Yes.
Out of 121 people, only 11 people were able to hold it for even a quarter. It is not sustainable. You cannot hold your rank.
Nope.
You just can't. And we don't even see it when you're in. Now, of those 11, how much do you think they shared for bonus? So we know the high compensation for last year was like 2.2, right?
Yeah.
2.2 million. So how much money do you think those 11 people shared?
I don't know, 100,000. I totally. They give him like $2 million.
$1.8 million between those 11 people.
Wow.
No wonder this company is doing so crappy. But so I have been looking at some of these coaches to look and see like how realistic is it to hold your title, right? To hold your position, your ranking. And there are some that are doing really, really well, right? There's some that were like this coach, and I'm not going to give names, but this coach was at number 32 back in April and now is number 12. Which is pretty good, right? We have someone too that was number 206 and is now 99. Someone else is now 79. So these numbers look pretty good. But then you've got people who this coach was 79 in April and now is number 179.
Wow.
You can fall so quickly. So quickly. Let's see. And most of them that like this one was 112 and is now 61. So you can tell who is really working the business and then who has completely fallen off. This person was 79, number 79 in April, and now is 211.
Oh, jeez.
Like it is wild how much these rankings change based on what people are doing. I mean, and then, you have some of the people that get fired, so they're not on here anymore, but because I've got some of those people too. There's a lot of people who have fallen off completely and are no longer on the elite list at all.
It's just.
It's just deceptive because there's so much of it that they're like, look how great my team's doing. No. Who on your team is having success? Because I'm not seeing it.
Nope.
So it's kind of interesting. So Anita Myron, before she, left, was asked to leave, whatever it could have been. She was ranked number 106. So she was actually pretty high up.
And she was asked to leave. I didn't.
But now she's making $100,000 in 3 weeks, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. No, she's not.
It's fine.
Scamming people. Well, and then you look at two of Autumn's best friends who have completely dropped. And they work the business hard.
Okay, let's see I can see where they are. Hold on. Okay. Kat. In April she was number 128.
So
and now she's 73.
She was higher than last year though.
And I would say she's one that I see, like, push the business more than most in
Every
the
single day.
she does it every day, so the fact that she's there, Tanya, she was 50 in April and now is sitting at 36. But here's the thing, there's another person who said that they weren't gonna actively work the business this year.
Melissa McAllister.
Yep, she's number 38 currently. And she's not working the business. How does that work? How can you have that high and not be working? It just
That's
doesn't make any sense to me.
It's just scammy, scammy, scammy,
Yeah.
scammy.
Is there anyone else you wanna know? Because
Nah.
I've got I've got stuff because these are the coaches that I feel bad for, are the ones who
Well, did you
are
see that Jimmy Britton was on the list this time?
who was?
Britton? One of Joel's friends. Jimmy
Oh,
Britton.
Coach Jimmy.
Coach Jimmy. Oh, no, he's not on it.
James Brenton, he's number 193 right now.
Like, I don't remember seeing his name on the list for a while.
No, here's another one. So like the men of Beachbody, Scotty Hobbs, he is number 229 right now. And I've seen some of his videos saying how much men are going to be dominating this year. And I don't think so. Emily Favre, in April, she was number 52. Now she's at number 61. So she definitely, especially when you consider that last year she was what, 11?
Yeah.
Was she 11 or 12 last year? Because she was offered to go on the trip when a couple of other people didn't go. So she was like 11 or 12, but it is so hard to maintain
Well, and
the
she doesn't work the business either.
Mm-mm.
She just does her
No, I
stuff.
think for a while she did actively because she was trying so hard to hit top 10. And again, I think it's the recognition thing and the clout. But no. My husband was like, "Did you give Callie money?" Kind of. I mean, she kinda just, came in. Let's see. Haley Peters, she was 20 in April. She's now sitting at number 14. So she's not top 10 right now.
Nope.
Um, I I didn't get the Canadian ones. So I'm not sure where they are. Autumn is not ranked. I don't know how that works. Did we ever get an answer on Autumn being a coach?
No.
I mean,
Monica
she is.
Lopez.
Monica Lopez. Let's look.
No, Autumn. I don't think she's a coach. She does have her link. They just might have a link and ship and move people over or something, but
Okay, does Monica Lopez have a different last name? Do
no,
you know?
she would be in the Southeast region.
She's not even on the top 50 for Southeast. She's not in there at all.
What was Letitia?
She was 98 in April and is currently sitting at 73.
Well, when she started getting called out for all of her other stuff, she really started pushing again and has been doing calls.
Yeah. Yep. And then let's see, who's another one that is interesting? Oh, Christina Delgado. So someone asked, so in April, Christina was ranked number 48, and now she's ranked number 15. So she's pushing hard. Nobody has ever confirmed if Carl is a coach too. I would think that Carl may be a coach. I mean, he might be at the top of the pyramid, just saying. Like, it would be easy for him to be one of the founding members. I don't remember who were the other founding members? Wasn't Tracy Morrow one?
Tracy Morrow.
Because she's
Liz
now number 350.
Christina is pushing guilt and shame on our team hard. Of course she is.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Um, Christine Dwyer.
Oh, I remember her. She doesn't work the
Christine,
business either.
she does. I've been watching and she has been
She's doing
working
it
it.
again.
She's not even ranked anywhere. Who else were you wondering about?
What about Mike Karpenko?
Okay, I'll look for him. I looked up Leslie Cortez because she's now my coach. She's ranked 243. Mike Karpenko is not ranked currently.
He had teamed up with Angie last year to run something, and that just like fizzled. Like nothing happened.
Janelle Summers is another huge coach. She's number 88 currently. A lot of these folks also, it's interesting to see because a lot of the top people came over with Shalene, right? So Shalene, when BODi started, they Shalene got all of her peeps up at the top. So Trina Gray is one of hers. Trina is at 61 right now. Amy Grasso is 111. Who else were some of hers? Allie Upham. She's at 132 right now. Yeah, this stuff with Brian Underwood taking some of Michael Rutherford's commissions and that whole lawsuit was wild. Wild. Yeah. So I mean, I think that's the thing. I guess that's one of the reasons that we speak up so much about these coaches, whether it be the compensation or the health wise. They don't tell the truth.
Nope.
And if you want to be successful, you really can't. You're not gonna have people in.
No. No.
Ugh. All right. This is wild. I was do you want to know who I think is one of the very highest earners?
Who?
We already talked about Melissa McAllister. She's definitely up there because she has a whole lot of business centers. But one that flies under the radar a lot is Micah.
Oh, yeah.
Micah Folsom
teamed up with Josh Coates and has her Brad, her business coach? And
Brad Bizjack and Josh Coates. So she's currently sitting at number 22. I think she is a superstar either 3 or 4.
Something like that.
She makes a lot from Beachbody, but she has started to more actively pursue as well, where she wasn't pushing nearly as hard the last few years. She's maintained being on her elite, and I know that some of these folks have already even they've already hit the qualifications for elite for this year. So I know Micah has. I saw a post on that she's already there.
It's just so like they shared all of these numbers at Summit and they're celebrating these numbers. Like the people in the stand for like their first Summit ever are like, oh, I can do that too. It's like, no.
Yep.
You can't.
Yep.
You're not going to sign up 400 people like Natasha is. No matter how much she tells you to do this, it's not going to happen.
It is not going to happen. Yes, Shalene's sister is still a coach. And here's the thing. She's another one. They get you to quit your job, then they get your husband to quit his job, and you become totally and completely dependent on it. And so then extricating yourself from it is really hard to do. I mean, there have been some that are doing it and that are trying. Ashley supposedly, but she still is signing people up because she's still an elite, hitting elite numbers.
Yep.
And so, how much of it do you believe when they say, I'm not actively working the business? I don't know. Because you're also pushing Trim Fit, which
She called it
how
something else now.
she called it
Oh,
what?
purple something.
Oh, call. Um,
And now she wants to get a colonic. Good for you, Ashley.
oh my gosh.
Oh.
Ugh. All right. Any other questions in the chat? Um, so what we have decided to do, so we know we have not been consistent with Snark Crew because
Work,
it's
life,
it is
moving, family.
wild. Family, moving, yeah. Summer. Oh, I still have another week and a half till my kids are back at school. So hence the like, yes, take the money and go to the ice cream truck. Okay. I don't know if you could hear this. She asked for $10. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
She took 15 and apparently spent it all.
I hope she got you something.
I guarantee she didn't. My other kids might think about that. She would be like, I get to. Um, so we are going to start consistently snarking Thursday evenings at this time.
Yes.
We're just going to have kind of a standing date, and whoever can make it can make it. But we're just going to say consistently Thursdays 5 o'clock. And I don't know, Jen, did you add this to where it's streaming to your channel?
I don't know.
I don't know how to do it either. I need to talk to DC.
I don't know. I do it. I can do it from like I'm attached to DC's, but
Yeah, I was looking. I don't have you attached to mine. I have DC attached to mine, and then Danielle Ryan is attached to mine as well.
I don't remember how to do it. My brain is fried this week from trying to figure out how to use Ads Manager because I got a promotion.
Oh, congratulations, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, because that's not what I was looking for.
All at the same time. Yikes, and good luck.
Yeah.
So if there are things that you guys want us to talk about, send me an email. Yeah, send me an email, send me a direct message. I'm pretty consistent over on Instagram. I really struggle with having any notifications, and so I'm pretty good about getting to my messages.
I have already told you I need to snark on Cat.
Okay.
I have to.
We have some definite, like, consistent ones that we need to talk about. I'm gonna start a list.
And when we snark on Cat, everybody needs to be eating Cheetos while we're watching. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You need Cheetos.
Bring your Cheetos. Okay, so we need to talk about Cat. We can definitely talk about Autumn some more. We are going to do some of the summit.
Yes.
Things because it's pretty wild.
We do some of the summit leading up to leadership, which is in 2 months.
Okay. It'll be interesting to compare them and see what they said at summit.
Yes.
And how that.
I have another one on the shelf. And that green sign says how to get a Beachbody. 1, go to the beach. 2, done.
That's amazing. So we have been like trying to figure out where to put things in our house. So I'm like, do you know what? I don't dare put my things that I have invested money in any location other than my bedroom, or my children will get there. And so it's in my room.
Oh, but that's right. Lori's wedding is this weekend.
Oh man. That one.
Send us videos and clips if you guys can.
Mm-hmm. We're blocked from all of them.
I can see a few of them, but like blocked from. I was blocked by Lori before I even know who she was. I was blocked by Holly before I even knew who she was. I was blocked by a but I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck you are. And now I'm gonna go look at your stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. And now I have questions.
And now you're on my radar.
Now, let's see who else. We've got some summit stuff. I have some pretty some pretty sweet things that have been sent to me, so I'll sprinkle those in.
Yeah,
Um,
I have a couple new people that have been sent to me, and I'm like just slowly watching to see if there's anything. And there's stuff.
there's stuff.
There's definitely stuff.
Because here's the problem, I think the lower level Huns are the ones that they don't know the policies and procedures. They don't know the rules, and they are consistently breaking them because they're just doing whatever their upline's telling them to do. And so they get pretty wild. Um, let's see, who else? I'm trying to think. I do have some stuff. And I also have another person who okay, did you guys see Hannah's so Hannah Alonso did a story. So one of her videos, she included a very detailed Beachbody story from a woman.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Okay, so she and I talk a lot, me and the woman, and she and I are going to do some videos together because
Woo!
she's got some stuff.
Cheese.
Yes. Yeah, the lower ones spill the beans accidentally. They absolutely do because they repeat the things that are said to them on the team calls that they don't want us to see, but the downlines repeat them. And then
Yep.
chances are, if it's super problematic, we're probably going to get the call anyway because people send them to us. So I've got quite a few. And then, so these are for anyone. I think we should start talking about some of these other MLMs that we've had experiences with and like educating on some of those things. Like I don't know anything about Viseo. I don't know.
See, but that's the crazy thing. You can't find anything about them now, but they're still an MLM. So you can go sign. It's strange. It's just
Okay, so as I was cleaning my closet and cleaning my drawers, here are the MLMs that I found products from. Ruby Ribbon. Have you ever bought anything from them?
no.
They are the bra one.
Oh wait, hold up. It's shut down. That's why nobody's hearing about it anymore.
Oh, they're gone. Viseo's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, so
February.
here are the things that the companies that I have products for. Ruby Ribbon, which is the bra one. I still have a LuLaRoe skirt. I still have some paparazzi jewelry. I have doTERRA oils. I had Melaleuca like aloe vera. I may have some Melaleuca stuff. I have red aspen. I have Senegence. I have Saint makeup. I have what else? I think there were one or two more. I got rid of all my Prove It stuff. Any of the like health and wellness ones, I pretty much have purged because that's where I've been focused. But I have a lot of other MLM stuff that we need to do.
The only thing that I have is Pampered Chef.
I do have some Pampered Chef
That's
stuff
the
as
stuff I have. And I've got most of it at Goodwill.
oh, nice. Also, I do have some workout leggings from Zaya. That are incredibly overpriced and not great. Okay, let's see what she's asking. Am I using what?
So Viseo, a black diamond, that was like the highest rank in Viseo.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new MLM, LifeWise.
Oh. Okay, wait. Let me see if that's the one. There's one that I was gonna look.
It's brand new.
Are they the ones? Are they the ones that have magic? There's a new
LifeWise currently doesn't appear to exist beyond a YouTube account and a closed Facebook group. So who knows? Now I'm like going to go down a rabbit hole and find out what is happening.
There is a new product, and I'm wondering if it's LifeWise. Oh, no, it's not LifeWise, it's a different one. There's another new one. Okay, I'm not sure what else Nydia was asking me. So, oh, and I also have Mary Kay stuff. So, all of those, I wasn't in all of those MLMs, but I've at least purchased things from friends or family that have.
I have a Scentsy warmer. That's about it.
I got rid of my Scentsy one. I got rid of my Color Street stuff
Okay,
because
I'm
they
gonna send it to you. It's lifewise.biz. I'm gonna put it in our group.
Okay. Okay. Um yeah, I'm not sure what else. So Nydia, what else were you asking? Because it just says, Amy, did you or are you using? So am I using which thing? Um yeah, most of those things, I don't use all of them. Um uh some of them I just haven't thrown out yet. And some of them I spent a whole lot of money on. So until they're gone, I will probably keep them.
It's
I
a
totally get
supplement.
it.
It's a supplement MLM.
Of course it is. So there's another one. There are some people who have been hopping around from MLM to MLM, and they were some of them that were at the Olive Tree People, and they are now going to be doing Olive Tree People and a weight loss MLM. They're doing both. And so I'm not quite sure how that's going to work.
And you can't look up anything about how to become a partner unless you put in the username of a person who referred you. That's sketchy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyone else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. There's been so much. We have a constant snark session going. It's just getting us together for YouTube to do it. Well, I think we may call it a night because I need to eat this pizza that my husband brought me.
Yes. I found their YouTube channel. I'm sending it to you.
Okay. Awesome. And that's the thing. I'm also in a creator chat where we share a whole lot of videos and different things with each other. So I want to kind of start looking at some of these other MLMs, but we're not going to take the heat off of Beachbody because
not even close.
It is making a big difference. And watching the downfall in real time is fascinating. It is so interesting. So I hope you guys have a great time. Hopefully everyone has a great evening, afternoon, whatever it is that you watch.
Weekend. What day is it?
I know. I don't even know anymore. We moved my second child out. So I'm now down 2 kids and it is wild. It is so weird to not have those 2. It makes me sad. It's really weird. So we're going through that transition right now.
I got a couple more years for that.
Oh, it's well, and plus your older kids become your helpers, right? Now,
No.
my extra drivers are gone. It's not easy.
My oldest still isn't allowed to take his permit test because his grades aren't high enough. So
snap.
Yeah,
Well,
he's 16 and a half now.
My third one wants to start driver's ed because you can here. You can take it at 14. So I'm like, well, pay for half of it and we'll talk about it. I do not want to put more kids on my car insurance because it's ridiculously expensive.
I don't even want to think about it right
now. It's awful. It's awful. All right. Well, thank you for all of you that joined us, and hopefully it'll just be kind of hit and miss, but we're going to do Thursday nights at 5:00. We'll just do a standing date.
Yes.
Standing snark date. So All right. Thanks so much, guys. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.